What is the difference between floor plan and layout? As nouns, the difference between layout and a plan is that layout is a structured arrangement of items within a certain system or house, while plan is a drawing showing technical details of a building, machine, with the unwanted details omitted, and often using symbols rather than detailed drawing to represent doors, valves, electrical components, plumbing works. That's how we are doing with the floor plan and layout. Some common factors to be considered while choosing a particular electrical wiring system are: you have to consider about the cost of the wiring system, type of wires to be employed, quality of wires to be employed, types of load such as light, motor, estimate the number of items will be involved, safety of the wiring system, possibility of future modification such as extension of the room of the house, life of installations. So types of electrical wiring representation. So this wiring can be represented with the pictorial, where it shows the real picture of the components as we have seen above. Also, this wiring can be of electrical symbol representation, which shows the standard symbol of the components that are universally agreed or well known. So here is a representation where pictorial is involved. You can see how a component or an appliance looks like. It appears as it is in normal circumstances. You can see 3-dimension, you can see here, you see on the top and this side. This is why we term it 3-dimension. So you can see this in a pictorial form. So it becomes easier now to understand the layout for our wiring. So it's one representation which is pictorial, as you can see here. Also, pictorial representation can be depicted or displayed in this manner. As you can see, for electrical house wiring, they are clearly seen. Anyone can understand, can grasp the meaning of the wiring. See the fan, the lamp, yeah. So another category of representation, as we have said, you can use symbols. So electrical symbol representation are for the same task of installation for a domestic house. You can see here how they are provided for the bedroom, 2, 3, and these are the wires to the lamp at the center. This is a fan for the bedroom, yeah. So that's how one can lay out, can indicate how the installation will be conducted and how many items will be involved. Yeah, this is how they are located. You can have the full representation of symbols for a domestic house. Here, there is an addition of electrical plan or legend, of which it gives the definition for each. As you can see here, if wherever you see S, it means switch. Whenever you see such kind of a symbol, doorbell. So it assists description of what has been employed in our wiring diagram. So there is electrical plan oil agent. For more explanation, as you can see, this is for fan. You can see a fan is there for master bedroom. So that's how one can come up to the schematic diagram for a domestic house. So we also need to be aware on how one can perform this project for cost estimation, project material for cost estimation, when one is to perform the installation of a given house. For example, material cost estimation for a house wiring for Mr. Ambwene, who is located at the plot of 453 Timwambene Street, who requires a list of items, just to list or to mention: main switch, one piece, 6-way tronic type, quantity 1, price there, total amount, earth rod, how many, the specification are provided there, the quantity is given, and the price, total amount. So you can have all the required material for domestic house wiring, and you have to use the total cost to compute the labor charge by using the 20% of the material cost. Then you can get the requirement for labor charge, of which is our interest. So here you have, after you have gone through this material, you have an assignment 1, of which you need to visit any hardware around Mbeya or of your locality and identify the cost of components used in house wiring. Being the case, here we refer that at your locality. Would say, instead of being Mbeya, it's not necessary to be Mbeya, you can search for your locality. Locality would say, yeah, instead of Mbeya, one would say at your locality, yeah, and identify the cost for the component used in house wiring, and draw any house plan and include all the electrical components required for domestic installation and estimate the project cost. That is assignment number 1. Let's continue. Project number 2, that is a practical assignment. Submission will be indicated not today. This date will be given later, not this one, but within this month. So you have to prepare a model of house plan in 3 dimensions using timber and make simple electrical wiring of each room, including material cost estimation. This is second assignment number 2, but for practical is number 1, but in totality is assignment number 2. Yes, assignment number 2. So let's continue with our presentation. As we have said, the requirement for the practical assignment number 2 refers to some kind of 3-dimension floor plan, of which one can install here all the requirements regarding the number of rooms of your interest. And after you have installed, you have to indicate the cost for the material and the labor charge as well to give the total amount for the project. That is assignment number 2. For house plan construction, we have seen on how we can employ the symbols for our rooms, as we have discussed in the previous floor plan. Also, for electrical machine wiring design, we need to have a pictorial representation of which we say it shows the real picture of components. Likewise, for electrical symbol representations shows the standard symbol of components. This is the case of electrical machine wiring. Let's see. For star delta starter line diagram and it is working principle. So here the pictorial representation, it shows the real picture of the components. So these are the components that form the star delta starter for line diagram. So you can see this is the motor with the 3-phase. They are laid down here. How the line, how they are connected, how are the switches employed, you can see. So here is a pictorial representation. So we would like to change this one to be provided when it is in electrical symbols, from this pictorial representation to be converted or to be redrawn to the electrical circuit using symbols. So in the star delta starter wiring, where it employs a symbol representation, you can see how this is the supply and overload there. So you can see how it has been now employed by using symbols. So from the pictorial to symbol representation, that's how one can come up with the installation in a given machine wiring. Also here, single phase massive motor starter, where pictorial is involved. You can see where it looks or it resembles as it is for the motor, as it is, switch as it is. So it becomes easier for one to locate where to start and where to connect, which follows after the first one. So installation becomes easier once you have provided such kind of a pictorial representation. You can easily follow the sketch or the drawing. Another pictorial, this is the 3-phase, the previous was a single phase. So this is being the 3-phase. You can see on how it's represented by using pictorial representation. It gives a picture of the components as they look like. You can see here as they are in a common manner. So another one, as we are about to wind up, it is electrical symbol representation provided with the symbols, not a real picture, symbols that are agreed universally or internationally agreed. So that's how one can use the symbols for the sketch ready for installation. This one is commonly known when it is M3, it means the motor for 3-phase. Yeah. Another one. So can you see how these circuit, symbols are employed here? Symbols are employed, interlocking. This is for control circuit, and this is for power circuit. See how these electric symbols are used for the installation. It becomes now easier for, if one is equipped, is aware with the symbols, it becomes easier now to sketch it. So when you have come to the end of this presentation, you will be in a position to attempt the assignment 2, of which You are taught to print the model of electrical machine wiring and to prepare the wiring diagram using symbols, include the material cost estimation. This is assignment 2, as it is of practical part. It involves printing or preparing a model of electrical machine wiring and to prepare the wiring diagram using symbols, include the material cost estimation for the component that you have designed. Thank you for having me today, as we are going to see for another session.